The year is 1567. The fool of Owari, Oda Nobunaga, was finally about to seize control of Mino Province. Mino was a powerful nation, considered on par with Owari. Nobunaga had long set his sights on this territory. However, the Saito clan's staunch resistance had made the conquest difficult. Damn that Viper of Mino! Even in death, he continues to plague me. The head of the Saito clan was Tatsuoki Saito, the grandson of Dosan Saito, who was once feared as the Viper of Mino by Nobunaga's father, Nobuhide. However, Tatsuoki lacked his grandfather's cunning and bravery. The clan was in disarray, and many retainers had defected to Nobunaga's side. Despite this, Mino's sturdy castles still stood in Nobunaga's way. The campaign to conquer Mino began in 1560. Right after the Battle of Akehazama, Nobunaga successfully swayed and won over many of Mino's influential figures. But the core of Mino, Inabayama Castle, was an impregnable fortress, protected by its natural terrain. My lord, Inabayama Castle is too strong. A frontal assault will result in too many casualties. I know. But what should we do? We can't afford to be stalled here forever. It was at this moment of frustration that a man, who would later become Toyotomi Hideyoshi, then known as Tokichiro Kinoshita, appeared before Nobunaga. My lord, leave it to me, Tokichiro. Instead of taking the castle by force, I will build one overnight and confound the enemy. Narrator Hideyoshi proposed a daring plan to build a fortress overnight in a place called Tsunemata. That's impossible. You can't build a castle in one night. Everyone laughed at the impossibility of the idea. But Nobunaga decided to take a gamble on Hideyoshi's unconventional plan. And so, that night, Hideyoshi began to build the fortress with astonishing speed. In the pouring rain, he and a small group of soldiers carried timber and began assembling it. Hurry, hurry, we must finish by dawn. The sight was like magic. And when dawn broke, the soldiers of Mino were speechless at the sight of the massive fortress that had suddenly appeared before their eyes. Ooh, what is that? It wasn't here yesterday. Narrator: the success of the Tsunemata one-night castle greatly demoralized the Mino soldiers. And even more astonishingly, just a few days later, Hideyoshi succeeded in winning over Hanbei Takenaka, a key retainer of the Saito clan. Hanbei was a brilliant strategist who had once taken over Inabayama Castle. With only 16 men, Lord Hanbei, why does a talent like you serve the foolish Tatsuoki? My lord Nobunaga is the one destined to end this chaotic era. Lord Kinoshita, your eyes are true. I will meet with Lord Nobunaga. Hanbei never formally served Nobunaga, but he began to assist in Nobunaga's Mino campaign. The cooperation of this genius strategist and the morale collapse caused by the one-night castle were the decisive factors. And Inabayama Castle finally fell. In 1567, Nobunaga finally seized Inabayama Castle, bringing the land of Mino completely under his control. He renamed the castle Gifu Castle, and the castle town Gifu. A Gifu, Mount Chi, was the land where the Zhou dynasty began its unification. This is the first step toward Tenka Fubu. It was in this very place that Nobunaga first proclaimed the phrase, Tenka Fubu. It was a declaration of his unwavering determination to unify the nation by military force. The conquest of Mino was not just a simple expansion of territory for Nobunaga. It was the beginning of his grand dream of unifying the nation. And it would lead to an encounter that would greatly change his destiny. Nobunaga, the time has finally come to march on Kyoto. Narrator next time. The Oath of Tenka Fubu. Nobunaga's ambition is about to accelerate.